Guys, today what you're about to see and what you're about to witness is one of the first ever exclusives of Kent history that you're ever going to see, and this is not an understatement, and I truly mean it in the strongest sense of the word. Today we are at a place that shouldn't exist. In the documents it says that it's not here, it's been demolished. In fact, what you can see is actually fully intact. And you're probably going to guess what it is by the title of it, but when I say to you this is the most important discovery that I've ever found personally, and I'm sure for you guys watching at home will probably be exactly the same. This is like urban exploring, but actually the real deal. In fact, this shouldn't have ever been here. I'm sorry to type this up as much as possible, but to me I'm extremely excited. So you're wondering what this is if you haven't checked out the title already. This is the second decoy bunker for RAF Gravesend. If you've seen my first video, which I thoroughly recommend you should do, it was one of the only mistakes that I've ever done in an obvious sense on my video. I can't take that back now because obviously at the time I was convinced this place didn't exist. So if you go back, you'll hear me say that on Cliff Marshes that the second decoy bunker for RAF at Gravesend did not exist. But it's here, it's in the flesh, I knew it was here. Some of the records that I checked out proved that it was demolished. I didn't see any personally that said that it did exist, so for me this is just as much of a surprise as it is probably to you guys watching. The other thing is, I think this is the only documented one, second only to my other documented RAF Gravesend bunker. So this was its twin. What was the purpose of this? This was from 1941 to 1942. It had a year's shelf life. It was for nighttime operations, and the idea was that it was the bunker that housed the people working out in Cliff Marshes over there to literally replicate a nighttime airfield for RAF Gravesend. And you're probably assuming what I'm thinking already, that you're thinking, if that makes sense, was that German bombers would come over, and obviously their main point of target would be RAF airfields. RAF Gravesend was a prime target because it was close enough to Kent that actually it could launch. It was would have been one of the first attack options should the Germans have been coming over, so it was primarily one of their main bases that they should have attacked. They set this up at night time. They would have done literally sent out, we'll show you in a minute, there's a generator. There would have been cables that would have lit around, and there would have been controlling a lot of lights that would have simulated nighttime RAF Gravesend. Ludsdown is exactly the same. The difference though between this one and Ludsdown is that this one is primarily made more of brick than the one in Ludsdown, which makes me very excited and very nervous at the same time because it's very unusual. Unusual for the sense of if you were to twin them up, they look similar, but there was also noticeable differences. I'm standing currently in the blast corridor, which as you can see is typical for its structure because it goes down in slope. The idea would be that if there was a bomb, that it would funnel the blast through, so that it would actually dissipate the blast as much as possible. It's quite heavily fortified. You can see that it wasn't built amazingly well, in my opinion, because most of it was brick. In fact, the top lining is a concrete solution, which you can actually almost see the steel lining pipes that are going through it anyway. The fact of the matter is, a lot of it's actually brick. You see this concrete here goes into a brick structure. Now, that may have worked, it may have not. A direct hit, they probably would have all died in here. Okay, so I'm still struck for words. I've literally crawled in here. We're going to go through and we're going to show you. So if you turn around for me, Cheryl, so here we go. So follow me. So opens up into two special ports. To my left, to your right, in here, if we come in here first, this is your generator room. So your generator would have been on top of here, and it would have powered all the electricity going from the ports there. There's one there, there's a vent shaft, there's three. These would have been the ports that would have actually supplied the power to simulate the lights for RAF Gravesend. Now, like I said, it only had a very short shelf life, but as we know, the Germans actually, after the Blitz, changed their nighttime operations anyway to operating. These are the pivots where the generator would have stood. It would have been on laps like that, and it would have been very, very loud and very noisy and very diesel of fume at the light. But here's the best bits. Let's go next doors. This is where all the brave soldiers, I mean brave soldiers, would have been in. The only thing that doesn't have it anymore, which is interesting, this would have been your escape hatch. It would have been a ladder. If you look at, and I please really mean, you should check out the original RAF Gravesend decoy bunker at Ludsdown. There would have been an escape hatch because that one's still there. That would have opened up onto this metal lid, which you would have opened and you would have escaped should there would have been a hit. Unfortunately, this isn't here anymore. The interesting thing about it is the bolts that simulate it. There is no look like there is any holes there, which is very interesting. So it could have been one of two things, which you know what I mean? The ladder was attached to the opening, which I doubt. Well, second of all, they might not have even had that. It may just be a straightforward escape hatch. Who knows? I'm just taking a guess because if you do ever find this place, then you will notice there is no bolt holes. Ladder, interesting. That is fascinating to me. And here we are. So this is where your crew would have been sitting down, waiting for the bombs to fall whilst they literally rushed over and done what they've had to do. They would rush back in here and then they would have prayed to God. Do you know I'm over here? They would have prayed to God.
You're still being filmed.
Oh, no, that's all right, sorry.
I'm looking. My body's not going with it, is it?
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, camera, mini training again. So this would have been where they would have all rushed into, and just incredible. It shouldn't have existed. Here we are. So this is the RAF Gravesend Decoy airfield bunker, or cliff marshes. If you find it, I want some credit, alright? Because you all know that some of you who do videos I'm very appreciative of, but this one is a gem in itself. So if you find it, well done. Because I'm not going to give you a location for this one, I want you guys to find it. Alright? Normally I'll give out locations to places, but I want you guys to find this one because it took me forever to find this. And you've got to earn it sometimes to actually get with it. So if that offends somebody, I'm sorry, alright? But you've got to earn it, alright? Otherwise it's just not exploring, is it? So here we are. So let's just have a look around then. So here we are, so my boys, like I said, inside there. And then that would have been obviously the generator room. Interesting that there's a door. There was a hole there for the door, I'm assuming. And there's the wooden frame in there, if you can see that. There's the wooden part there. Interesting. Yeah, fascinating place. And there's all your typical butterflies up there. Your red admirals, which they normally aren't in here. But we're clearly not the first people to have discovered this, because there's obviously loads of graffiti, but the interesting thing is, whether they knew it was this or not, they just thought, wow, this is a cool little block, let's go check it out.
Are they alive?
I think these ones are dead.
No, they actually are alive.
You sure?
I'm just positive.
I don't know.
I think they actually are.
Oh yeah, no it is.
It is alive. Look, all these little butterflies just hanging out in there is really strange. I find it quite weird. Do you not find it a little bit weird?
Oh, well, I've seen them. If you check out some of the other videos, there's loads that have been around. They like these types of places because it's sort of like damp conditions, isn't it? Okay, so follow me outside and then okay guys, so thank you so much as always for checking my videos out. I'm really proud of this one. And like I said, please go check this out, try and find it for yourself. This is history. It's history that shouldn't exist. Sorry if I keep mentioning it.
Wear appropriate clothing.
Wear appropriate clothing.
Not sandals.
Or Converse. Normally this isn't...
Yeah, but that's a lot better than
very true.
Platform sandals.
You've also... Hang on, let me do it because you've got OCD. Hang on. God knows what's in my hair. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Say goodbye, Chanel.
Bye.
You can have a look. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. And thanks for always watching. As you can tell, we're that excited that we didn't even wear proper clothing because we were just like, wow, this is it. Oh my God. Okay, it's your look. Take care, guys, and hopefully you find this place. I'm not going to give you a location because you've got to find it for yourself. See you later, guys. Bye.